welcome back to Verified Password Bros channel. It's been a while. It's been a while. Now, there's a few topics I want to talk about. Well, I've done different videos. So, as you can tell by the title, this thought came to me um, last week. I was talking to one of my female friends, and we're just talking and sharing ideas and stuff like that. And I was asking her, yo, is there like a honor or a duty in being a woman these days? Not and that question was not asked out of like spite or any like malicious intent. It was just a genuine question, and the reason it was a genuine question for me is because in my culture, when a guy is not doing something, when a guy is like being weak or he's not doing his job, like he's not being masculine, they call him a bitch. Like, yo, where the brother, you a bitch, or something like that. Like so when a man is not being a proper man, they call him a woman, and as a sign of weakness. And then, do is there any honor in being a woman? Again, I don't really care what a woman is. Not you define that, but based on the general public census, is like, is it an honor? And of course, a lot of people can make the same argument: is there honor being a man? That's a fair statement. But the expectation is there. So, well, expectation fulfilled, honor is given. What's expectation of the woman? So, yeah. If there's no expectation, there cannot be any honor. Like, I don't think there can be any honor without expectation. And I don't think there's any expectation of being a woman. Like, what a woman's supposed to do. Like, in society, what a woman supposed to do. Right? Um, for example, one of the things that we're talking about as well is that case of it being a woman is just like what I said to her was like, yo, it's like a handicap feature because like it's not a source of strength. You can't say, oh, you're a woman now, like do better. It's not like that's no longer true. Like you can say, and again, I'm contrasting man and woman. So again, depends how you define it and depends how you see it. You may agree or disagree. That's fine. I'm just saying, I have not heard anybody use the word woman as a source of strength. I've always heard it as a source of excuse. And I've never heard being a man is a source of strength. I've always heard a man is being a source of strength. Like you attend to your duties, be a man, attend to your duties. I've never heard like be a woman, attend to your duties. So without duties, can there be honor? For me, being a man, it's always like a duty. I cannot behave a certain way. There's a lot of responsibilities in society I take on. So, for example, I'm responsible for every woman's fear of harassment. So, I have to do what I can to make a girl feel safe. Even though I know that I'm not going to do anything, I need to make sure that she knows I'm not going to do anything. Given no situation that, so you have to be responsible for women's fears. And it's like the contrast between women and children is very, very a lot of similarities are there. Again, I'm not here to throw any shade at women. I love them. I really, and I think they're important in society. But I just like thinking about it other day. I'm like, yo, it's like, 'cause it used to be that case. I mean, it used to be the case because my mom raised me up to be traditional, so I still have some traditional values that I cannot get rid of. So, for example, when a woman walks in the place, you sit up straight. As a man, you sit up straight. When a woman walks in the place, you make sure is like you respect her presence. A woman is in the room. When a woman is in a room, it was a case of behave properly, honor the essence of a woman. So, for example, let me give you an example. I remember I was at church, like after church. It was like an after service, and I was playing football on the field, and I came back and I thought church was over, and I came back to the main, like the front of the church, thinking that the place is empty, and I was in like a tank top, like There has like a tank top, which is like my arms are revealing and stuff like that, but it's like an undergarment. Then I saw a woman there, and it's like, oh, let me dress properly. Let me put on a shirt, right? Let me look presentable. And the real and truly, like why that's important? Because if it was a group of men, I wouldn't change. Again, that's just my perspective. So I'm just saying that was just my experience. So I like, oh, women are here. Let me present myself better. I've never been in a situation where men are here. As a man, I've never been in a situation where I don't I'll never be in a situation where I'm gonna run a bag of man. I'm like, oh, let me present myself better. Again, it depends on the dress, but what I'm just trying to say is just like you respect the presence of a woman. So, for example, I wouldn't use like certain curse words just because you want to protect the essence. Like the aura that a woman, like a proper lady, will give is like you give her the respect she deserves because it's not about her as a person; it's about her role as a woman. That was like important. But I don't think that's no longer there, man. Nowadays, it's all about like victim mentality to a degree, and it's like for example we're doing the same stuff to a degree. So for example, I open the door for a female. Now back then you open the door for a female because that's your role, because as a man you protect, as a man you lead, like you make sure it's easier, life is easier for them because that's what you do. Now it's a case of ego. So that's why sometimes I don't even do it anymore because but then when I opened a door for a lady, it was rewarding. Right? When I met with a woman, it was rewarding. And not rewarding physically, just rewarding as I feel good as a man when I used to do it like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago. I used to feel good. Now if I do it now, it's just like, why am I doing this for? Because most of the times the reaction is like, oh, you have to do it. You just had to do it. And I was like, it was no longer about roles and responsibilities or duties anymore. It was more of about ego play. I'm not interested in ego play. I don't care about egos, to be honest with you. So I no longer feel good in myself. Like most cases, not all the cases, but most cases when I open a door for a female, I no longer feel good about it because it's more the case of like, man, I don't feel like I fulfill my duties. I feel like I was simping. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like why is it the same action but a different response? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like if something is right, like an action is right. I feel like sometimes with some right actions, if you are like the right thing done for the right reasons, all right, it's a good thing. But I think that the right thing, the right action done for the wrong reason makes it the wrong thing sometimes. So of course, if a woman expects you to do certain things, of course that's expected to your role. But for the wrong reason, I think it becomes a bad thing sometimes. So for example, paying for a woman used to be like, as some man can say paying for a woman, especially for a date and stuff like that, you used to feel good. But now it's just like you feel bad in yourself because based on especially the young mentality, based on the reaction from the woman, sometimes it make you feel bad. Like I'm just trying to fulfill my duties as a man. Like, why are you making this difficult than it has to be? Why can't I not fulfill my duties as a man? It's like again, we're doing the same stuff like we did 10 years ago, but it's the emotional response of it. It's just a different vibe. There's a different vibe these days. So again, I'm not here to shame women or to say that anything. I'm just saying that here I'm just giving my experience. This is just my experience, and I'll continue to open the door. I continue to fulfill my duties as a man in society. Whether it's women, children, whatever. I'm going to continue to do them. I'm sorry, the right thing is the right thing, even if no one's agree. Or you determine the right thing is up to you. But that's just my mentality. That's always been my mentality. So I was going to just continue doing that. But I'm just saying, man, is there honor being a woman anymore? Like, is there like honor in being a woman? For me, it's an honor to be a man. I'm not trying to shame women. I'm just saying, if there is, please let me know. I want to know Because back then I used to feel the honor of a woman. Like I used to feel when a woman fulfill her duties, it's like society got better. You know what I'm saying? Like when a man fulfills his duties, the society is safer. When a woman fulfill like what it feels like now these days, when a woman fulfill her duties, she just gets it just benefits her. Like I hate I don't want some red pill or anything like that. This is not red pill content. Um this part of this video is that give $10 million to a guy. That's one of the favorite things that I like to throw at females is that, and I agree the fact, not the context. So we will say like give 10 million to like $10 million to a guy, a family gets fed. Give $10 million to a woman gets fed. It's something like that. So it's just like, or as a man, when you fulfill your duties, it benefits society. And when a woman fulfill her duties, she gets a benefit. But it wasn't the case 10 years ago. It wasn't the case 5 years ago. It wasn't the case 8 years ago. It was a case that was just a case like recently. I'm just saying to myself like, I'm not gonna start doing these things because woman, I don't feel good about doing this stuff. I'm gonna keep doing this stuff and not expect a fulfillment because that is no longer there. So, for example, if I open a door for a lady, I just walk off. I just walk off. So, if something like a woman is struggling with something, you need help, walk, no, walk off. Yes, help, walk off. I no longer like, oh man, I'm not looking for praises. I'm not looking for like, you know, compliments or like gratitude and appreciation. I'm not doing that because society is really disappointing. I understand that. What I'm trying to say is just that I will continue to do these acts of kindness as a fulfill my responsibility of a man without expecting anything in return anymore. Because back then when I used to do it, I used to feel good in myself. No, when I used to do those things, help a woman cross the road, help a woman push a heavy load or help lift a heavy load, or again the typical one, open the door for a lady, pull the chair out for a lady when she's ready to sit. Just make like those stuff. When I used to do them in the past, it was just rewarding. It doesn't have to be any gifts or compliment. It just feel like I would still feel rewarded back then, even if a woman doesn't say thank you, which was rare. But if she doesn't say thank you, it's just I because of my role, right? It has nothing to do with the woman per se as a person. It's just the role I play. You know what I'm saying? In society, that's why I did that. But now these days, it's like, oh, you did that because I am the mighty and above and whatever and whatever. I was like, no. Had it been any other woman, I would have done the same thing. Like it has nothing to do with you per se. It's just had to because you're a woman. So I did these things. Had it been another woman, I would have done the same things. So it has nothing to do with you per se. So I don't know why you're having that like aura of like ego inflated and stuff like that, which is kind of weird. So I want to actually, as I always say this, I was going to expound on this topic, but like, really and truly, it's for all the women who are listening. I've taken it to a few. What is an honor for you? What does being a woman for you? And if you want to answer, go ahead and answer. I'm really curious. What does it mean to be a woman into society? And are you able to answer that question without just mentioning yourself? Like if it's just yourself you're benefiting because like being a woman only benefits yourself, really and truly when you die, that means no one remember you. And two, while you're living, you're not impacting that many lives. If your life is just about you, that's fine. That's fine. Is that I just want to know what is there any honor in being a woman or does it even matter? Does it even matter? Because for me, as a man, it's like okay, there's certain things you just have to do, and certain things just cannot do. Well, thank you for listening to another episode. If you like the video, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.